What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel Let's Mobile Development, and welcome back to the episode 1 part 2 of the tutorial series, Flutter Tutorial Series. So in the last part of the episode 1 we have seen that how you could download this zip file for Flutter SDK and place it somewhere in your machine, and I have unzipped that file and it has created this Flutter folder. So this Flutter folder is basically the open source GitHub project which is made by Google. You can also find it on GitHub directly, or apart from this downloading the zip file, you can also git clone that Flutter repository as well. Just write this command in your terminal and you will be good to go, and place that folder somewhere. So the next step is to place your Flutter SDK as an environment variable in your machine. So by using Mac, you could easily do that by opening up the terminal. So I have already opened that terminal. So just write sudo nano dot bash profile. Guys, if you don't know about the bash profile, I will paste a link in the description section that how you can create your bash profile and how you set up your environment variables. So I have just pasted this line. By pasting this line in your bash profile, now Flutter SDK is set up as an environment variable up to the bin folder. So here you can see inside Flutter and bin, here you could find Flutter executable and Flutter bat. So why we should do this? Because we need to access Flutter as a command line interface as well. So you will see in a bit. So further, if you scroll down here, you can see there are a lot of Flutter commands you could use as a Flutter command line interface. So first and very basic command is to Flutter doctor. So if you write that Flutter doctor like that, and if you hit enter, so what this command does is it's basically inspect all of your system, and it tells you that what currently your Flutter version is and what Android toolchain and Xcode, because I'm using Mac, so it is telling me about the Xcode version as well, and Android Studio version and VS Code version. So basically you can choose your own choice IDE. Like if you want to use VS Code, you can use that easily. You just have to install Flutter plugin, and if you want to use Android Studio, you can install plugin inside Android Studio for Flutter as well. So I will tell you in a bit. So don't worry about that, and don't worry about this warning, because we currently we don't have any devices connected, so it's just a warning. Once we will open the Android or iOS simulator, or maybe connecting a real device, that warning will remove from here, and it will show as a green tick here as well. So nothing very fancy here up till now, and what I want to show is that previously when I did write Flutter doctor here, it tells me all the uh, uh, warnings and errors that I have currently, because in order to run Flutter applications, there are few prerequisites that you should have download inside your machines. Like one of them is Android Studio, and if you are using Mac, then Xcode will be the prerequisite as well. So these are the basic steps. You should know that these are the prerequisites. You should install them first in order to use Flutter. So you see that when I first wrote this command, it's saying that the Xcode requires additional components to be installed in order to run, and it also giving us a suggestion that what command you should run in order to fix that problem. So I wrote that command, as you can see, sudo xcode build run first launch, and after that I have run again that command Flutter doctor, and that problem has been fixed. So nothing to worry about till now. So we have seen that how we can use Flutter commands, and we can also update our path and all these stuff which is not required right now in this series. If you are here up till now, and you are good to go to create your first Flutter project. So according to our agenda, we need to create a new project and run it on virtual device if applicable. So this is I have made some points here as well, that what prerequisite installation you need: Android Studio for Windows, Mac and Linux, and Xcode for Mac only. For the IDEs, I have written three of them. uh, I will use VS Code in this tutorial series, and in the later episodes I will also use Android Studio and IntelliJ IDEA, so that you could have an idea that how we will use those IDEs as well. So let's jump over to Visual Studio Code, and you can see here you just have to okay, so in the left navigation tab, you see the extension button here. If you click on the extension, if you like Flutter, you can see there is a Flutter extension here for Visual Studio Code. So I have already installed it, so it is showing me disabled and uninstall button. And guys, along with the Flutter, it will automatically install the Dart extension as well. So Dart is a programming language which is used inside Flutter to develop these applications. So when you install Flutter, it will automatically install the Dart as well. So these are the two basic extensions which you would need to create your first Flutter project. So in this part, I will show you how you can create that, and in the next episode, one part 3, I will show you how you can run that basic project that we have created now. So on your Mac machine, hit Command Shift and P. You will see this panel here. Just write Flutter, and you see here Flutter new project as a command option. So click on that. It will ask you to write a name for your Flutter project. So I will write Flutter Tutorial Series. So there is a